Hello, this is Jason Gaming. It's going to be kind of a long video of me just talking the differences between these two games and some things I liked. And before, I'd like to mention whose videos I'm using. Destroy Engaged, he doesn't really make videos anymore. Moody Data, Inside the number 5 Gaming. Those are the videos that I'm using here. Here we go. Number one, insta kills. Insta kills exist in both of these games. You get teamed up on. However, I think it's a little worse in this game because you don't fall over if you take too much damage with long range weapons. In Battle Operation 2, you only get invincible frames if you get knocked down by a melee attack. One thing I commend Battle Operation 2 over the original is you can't get comboed to death like just by a bunch of melee attacks, because you'll eventually like spin out. But you can't get killed with like 3 of them shits though. Like if they have an advantage over you, it's not gonna be pretty. I remember I played in the first battle operation, and they would have a grenade, melee, and then just stun you, attack you on the ground. There were no invincibility frames, and you just kind of died. You just kind of died by getting hit once or whatever. But I'm really comparing Next versus Battle Operation Next versus this one. Okay, next up, let's see. I didn't like, how they could just break off every part of your body. What they've changed now in this one is the leg damage, which is what you mostly need to worry about, because if your legs get completely damaged, then you'll be slowed down, and each time you boost, your Gundam will fall down, and you'll be very vulnerable. The head damage, your radar may get messed up, and then the screen gets a little fuzzy. And number 2, sortie. It takes a little bit to get your Gundam back. I don't recall what it was like in Next, but I know that depending on the cost of your Gundam, it'll take longer to have it spawn in. I think for Next it was all the same, like it was just universal time. Number 3, pilot skills and bonus power-ups. I understand the new game is built to be more realistic. However, I would like to have an increase in damage for if you clash swords with one of the enemies. I think both of you should get like a damage boost similar to like the Dynasty Gundam games. I think that'd be pretty cool. Like maybe have them exchange some dialogues during it, and then you just got increased damage, and whoever can hit first should be the victor. Number 4, parries. This was the most interesting gameplay mechanic I've seen. Was that there is a universal parry for everyone. It replaces the tackle that was in Next, which you could use if someone was blocking, but there's no blocking in this game. It kind of brings it brings down the weight that Next had when only certain characters had parries, and they did a whole lot of damage. Parries, it depends on what your Gundam is for how much damage you do. If you have a raid Gundam, which is the attack, then you will do the most damage with your parry. Alright, number 4, boost gauge. For all the characters, boost runs out very fast except for the Zuda and the Gaian Gundam. I guess it's supposed to emphasize their weight, I suppose. What I really dislike in this game is the jumps. The jumps when landing, they're pretty terrible. A whole lot of startup. It's just some characters can dash out of it like as soon as they land, and some can't. It really just depends. The space mode really clears up my complaint for the boost gauge, because it's more freeform. You get to just like fly all over. I feel I feel like the ground mode should be made similar to this, into like like how you can fly in all directions and dash. Like you can still overheat and whatnot. You could have it that way, but I really feel that that they should, I don't know, you like give you an air dash. Like nobody can air dash in this fucking game. That shit's stupid. And also that shit takes a lot of boost. Like it can take like 60% of your boost gauge just to do a jump. Once again, it varies on the Gundam. Like if you have a tank Gundam, then it's gonna like burn out really quickly, but that's ridiculous. I also don't like that you can't fire all weapons while jumping. There's only some of them that you can fire while jumping, like a few missile launchers and shit like that. But I think all weapons should be able to be fired while jumping. Um, let's see what else we got. Bases. It's the same in battle operations where if you come to the where it's the same in the original battle operation next where if you kneel by the base you'll heal. However, if you're in like one of the hot spots like A, B, C, or D, one of those bases, you don't heal. You have to hop out your Gundam to manually heal it. I think it's for the better in this game if you could just crouch and heal it any of the points that's not the home base. I don't know, it probably get a little broken. Folks just camping at the A or C base while crouching and healing. It'd probably be a bit much. So that's a smart move on that part. Um, Movement. I know what you're thinking. That's probably been covered in boosts, but no, it's a totally different thing. I was shocked when I first started playing the game and seeing how very slow it was. Everyone walks very slow. Even after playing it for a while, I still think the walk speed's pretty trash. However, it can be kind of really tough to navigate the map sometimes when trying to fight because everyone moves slow and there's always ends up being a lot of cluster. So you can end up getting shot trying to move away if your teammates are in the way. That part I don't really like about the game. I don't know how they could fix that, but I run into that a lot. If you're like trying to peek over a corner and then like shoot an enemy and get back, you can get jammed up in the way because your teammates are behind you trying to do the same thing. I don't know, make probably fix this by like making you like slide past your teammates and not be able to like block their way. Um, the next it says what else did I write? Oh yeah, I said you could also escape. You could also use their escape maneuver, but it's kind of a waste. Kind of a waste. Speaking of the escape maneuver, I like it. I like it a whole lot. Next had some special movement options that gave you invincibility frames, but it really stands out in this game. I would like to see them integrate some more unique evasive maneuvers. Like in Next, there were some characters where their escape skill was like an arc jump, where they kind of like jump up and they're invincible during the upward part of the jump, and then like they run out of the invincibility frames while they're falling down. Like I love to see something like that. Just for certain Gundams, that'd be really cool. Skill tree. Next had a skill tree. It's not gonna really be shown in this video, but you could choose from multiple stacks from attack, defense, and utility, as they called it. And there's a different skill system implemented in Battle Operation 2. There are set caps on what each specific Gundam can have added to it, as there's a little point system. For example, there's an item where you could get shield defense, leg defense, and like overheat for your weapon time decreases if you have a beam gun. However, like what you add is very minuscule, really, because you can only get 1 3% decrease and 1 6% increase. That's for overheating and reloading your gun. Some may argue this is balancing, but it's very limited, and not to mention there's a cap. You can only have like one, two, three, four, like 8 items equipped to a Gundam slot at a time. You get like 3 slots to choose from to like try different loadouts. But there's also a limit each piece takes of a certain amount of points. Like for example, one shield piece may take um, one medium range point, one close range point, and 3 long range points. But the Gundam you have has a cap with these points. Like some of them may have only 5 short range skill slots, 7 medium range points, and like 10 long range points. So you could max out on those points before even getting to put in 8 items for your Gundam. This varies per Gundam how many points they get for each attribute. I'm not too fond of it. In Versus, they had a skill tree where it just applied to all your Gundams, where it was like you do more damage here. If you're surrounded by 3 enemies within 200 feet, you get an increase in damage or defense. Stuff like that. It's more universal. And in this game, it's very specific what you can add and how fast you'll max out. All right, next point is melee. All melee attacks are not created equal, and it shows. I miss doing the combos in Next, and I'm not gonna lie, you can kind of do combos here where you stun them with a rocket launcher, and then do a melee knockdown, and then you can get probably like 1 or 2 swings, and that's it before they enter their recovery frames. But I do miss the classical combos I could do in Next. It's nothing really to scoff at, but they did pretty good with it. As of right now, in Battle Operation 2, there are a couple mobile suits, but most of them play the same. It's actually a few of them play very different. Um, I'd say maybe like this, maybe like support Gundams. Some of the support Gundams they play kind of differently, but you know, a lot of them mostly play the same. You know, minus the support, they get to just hang from the distance, and just kind of like drop aerial bombs or whatever the fuck on you. But like the general and the raid Gundams, they kind of play the same. They kind of play the same, about the mid range. Maybe you get in a couple shots here there, do a tackle, bleh. Like and the tanks. The tanks are awful in this game. When I say tanks, I mean literal tanks. Those are fucking awful. Those are just awful. I don't like those robots. They're dummy slower than the walking support Gundams, and they're just no. Um, Next up, unlocking Gundams. They did way better than Battle Operation Next in this game. And Next, I didn't really like it. It was terrible. It was just random. They would just have an event, and then you just keep playing, and then hopefully you get some pieces where you could build the Gundam. And it was just random. You just had to keep playing where they, wanted you to buy more plays and shit like that. I didn't like that system at all. Battle RPG 2 has severely improved upon this system. They just outright let you buy the Gundams with in-game currency, which is fantastic. Or you can buy it with the little tickets they provide, which is in-game currency, is just a hell of a lot harder to get. I think you can actually purchase those. Also, I like that you can buy stronger versions of the weapon. That's very cool. Of the weapon that you have, like you can get like a level 2 beam saber here, there. What I don't like about this is it'll be like the same pink beam saber, but only certain Gundams can use that one. So you'd have to buy it. Oh, it looks the same, but does more damage. Yeah, I wasn't too keen on that, but yeah, whatever. Okay, what else we got here? Um, One item I really like is like a how fast you can turn around, which is very important because you can get surrounded a lot in this game. I got it by like a lottery, but it's called like reticle something, like increased speed on reticle. Very valuable, very valuable. Okay, now for the Gundams. I watched one video that said that they only have Gundams from a certain era slash series that they've been including so far, and I've noticed they all look kind of similar. I'm hoping to see some more exotic ones, like from Gundam Wing or something. I love to see them have a transformation and how that would work in this game. Like in Next, you could transform into the jet and shit. It was very few Gundams that could do it, but some of them, you could just really transform into some shit, just like fly off or whatever. And also transformations that like give you increased damage and new moves and whatnot. I'd like to see more of that. Right now, they only have like 1, 2, 3 Gundams, and they all just have exam or whatever, and that increases your damage speed, reticle, turn, all that good shit. all that good shit, and it's great. But it's only like 3 of them motherfuckers, and that's meh. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of whack. I love to see them add someone like G Gundam. That's just personal preference, but the game's still pretty fun. Also, the shield works really weird in this game. Like, there's no block button or anything. Gundams just come with a shield, and you have to like just kind of lean into where they're shooting, which can be done by just like walking back or turning a certain way. And all shields aren't created equal, as you should know. It's very weird, very weird and peculiar how the shields work. It's just an auto guard really. So sometimes if you're lucky, if someone tries to sneak and melee attack you, your shield might be destroyed, but you take no damage from their swing. It's I don't know. It's just really weird. And lastly, character selection. It's a little weird to always have to go to the ground or space sortie just to switch to your character. Can't tell if this is a flaw or minor inconvenience, but I'd rather just, you know what I'm saying, just pick whoever I want, like before the match, or ugh, it's hard to explain. But just being able to just pick a set character and not have it, yeah, just pick it per round. The round starts and then you see character select. Ooh wee. That was just a couple things I wanted to say. Thank you for watching. As always, you can donate in the Cash App, $ Amazing Beta, and at Venmo at Hobosexual. Thank you for watching.